Hey guys, it's Tinisa with Unbox Lab. Today I'll be reviewing the Mac Mini M2 and I'll let you know my overall experience. To give you guys a sneak peek into what you'll learn in this review, I was sadly pretty disappointed, and I'll explain why. The Mac Mini M2 is the perfect solution for anyone looking for a compact, powerful option to enhance their productivity. With a variety of memory capacities to choose from, there's a Mac Mini that suits every need. Whether you opt for the 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU model with 256GB or 512GB SSD memory, or you go all out with the Mac Mini M2 Pro, featuring a 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, and 16GB memory with 512GB in SSD. That is a whole lot of information. In this video, we'll be exploring the base model Mac Mini M2, which is budget friendly. We'll be reviewing its pros and cons, specs, who this product is for, and my personal experience. So let's get ready to learn all about the Mac Mini M2. Let's start with the Mac Mini M2 spec review. The Mac Mini M2 base model boasts an impressive 8-core CPU and 10-core GPU, paired with ample 256GB storage capacity as we touched on earlier. It's equipped with cutting-edge Thunderbolt 4 ports and versatile USB-A ports, making it a breeze to connect to a variety of devices. Additionally, it features an HDMI port Gigabit Ethernet and a headphone jack for even more connectivity options. One of the main reasons I chose the Mac Mini M2 was for its dual monitor support. No shade to the M1 model, but you know that dual monitor support was a big headache before, allowing for enhanced productivity and seamless multitasking. Whether you're playing, editing, or streaming at 4K or 8K ProRes video, the Mac Mini has got you covered. Let's get on to the Mac Mini M2 pros. The first pro is the design. Apple knows their audience. Yes, they did not make any cosmetic changes to the recent models, and some do not agree that this is necessarily a pro. However, I like the compact design and overall feel of the Mac Mini M2. It ain't broken, you don't need to fix it or change it. I think it just works. It feels well made, has a nice finish, and is a good size to take with you. The second pro is the price. Listen, being a product reviewer, without sponsorships, I'm going broke. So I was happy to see that I got the Mac Mini M2 and it was so much cheaper than the M1 models when it was initially released. Sitting at $599 on the Apple Store or $499 on the Education Store, which is where I got it, I thought, wow, a newer model for less, count me in, which was a big reason why I made the midnight purchase after a small glass of whiskey, because I like my whiskey. The third pro of the Mac Mini M2 is the abundance of choices. With previous models already making a huge impact, Apple has now taken it a step further by offering beginner, intermediate, and pro level options. This ensures that there is something for everyone, no matter their skill level or needs. It's great to see Apple catering to such a wide range of users. Had to burp. Next up are the Mac Mini M2 cons. The first con I encountered with the Mac Mini M2 was its sluggish performance. While I understand that I may have received a defective unit, I still put it to a test for the week. Unfortunately, I experienced painfully slow loading times right from the start. I attempted to download some productivity apps and video editing tools, but even with high-speed internet connection, the process was much slower than I anticipated. I even compared it to my Mac Air M1 laptop and was surprised by the noticeable difference in speed. To make matters worse, even simple tasks like browsing the web on Safari felt like a chore, taking twice as long to load simple YouTube videos. Despite the M2 chip being touted as a big improvement, I was left feeling disappointed with this purchase. The second con of the Mac Mini M2 is the software nightmare. When I first booted it up, I was faced with a mandatory software update, which unfortunately brought more problems than solutions. The latest update had a few bugs that affected my loading speeds, but I thought it would be resolved after the update, like most people do. However, after the update, I ran into even more issues with the new iCloud terms and conditions. I was unable to agree to the terms, therefore couldn't log all the way into my account. The Mac Mini M2 was already frustratingly slow, and now I was unable to download anything because of this issue. I had to resort to an endless search on Reddit and Apple support to find a solution. Shout out to Redditors because you guys really are the MVP always. To say I was disappointed would be an understatement. I wasn't expecting such a frustrating experience right out the box. The final con of the Mac Mini M2 is the disappointing user experience. I attempted to make a return for a better model, thinking that this maybe be a defective unit, but to my frustration, I was met with a few roadblocks. Despite only using it for a week and paying in full on the Apple Store, I was told on my order details that I couldn't return the product through the Apple Store. I was determined to find a solution, so I reached out to customer support and worked through the return process, but the experience left me a bit disappointed. No fault to the customer support, they're always helpful. But regrettably, I returned the Mac Mini M2 and received a full refund, marking this my very first ever returned Apple product. Unfortunately, my experience with the Mac Mini M2 was not as seamless and enjoyable journey that I had expected. While I know many people are thrilled with their Mac Mini M2, it just simply wasn't the right fit for me. So lastly, who is the Mac Mini M2 for? The Mac Mini M2 is for tech enthusiasts and budget-conscious Apple fans who value affordability and sleek design. Despite my disappointing experience with the base model's sluggish loading speeds, the Mac Mini M2 remains a great choice for those who are willing to make a trade-off for its unbeatable price point. With a smooth purchasing process and reliable customer support, the Mac Mini M2 is an attractive option for those looking to get a taste of the Apple ecosystem. Just be aware that lower-priced models may come with some unknown hiccups. So if you're ready to take the plunge and join the Apple family, the Mac Mini M2 just might be the perfect entry point for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Unbox Lab videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.